All right, so I just recorded a reading. I did like a reading on Twitter Spaces. I was reading Psycho-Cybernetics, and I was called upon this memory of a video that I did. It's one of the first videos I ever did on my channel here, which was called "Repetition Turns Dirt Roads into Mental Highways." It's just genius. I know I understood this back then, but I think it's worth bringing back the fact that any thought, any feeling that you repetitively have, that you have consistently, embeds itself into your brain, and it becomes easier to recall upon that feeling or state of mind. This is true of good thoughts and bad thoughts, good feelings and bad feelings. So if you want to hack your system, if you want to hack your brain and your nervous system, think about, this is why why the Bible says think good thoughts, everything that's good and holy, think on these things. Because the more you do it, the more you reproduce more of it. When I tell people about the law of attraction, or I love talking about it, I'm speaking mainly about this feature. It's not a bug, it's a feature. Some people fall into treating it as a bug because they're stuck in this loop of negative thinking. But the way to get out of negative thinking is not to deliberately try to stop it and just say, oh, I'm not going to think about bad things. I'm not going to think about the bad things I did in the past or the bad things that could happen, very well possibilities that could happen in the future that I don't want. I'm going to not do that. I'm going to replace them. I'm going to replace them with a good thought, with a positive thought. And you can start this by thinking of the same way that you worry about bad things, use that same sort of attitude, which is, I suppose that this really awesome thing could happen. I guess it wouldn't be out of the realm of possibilities for something amazing to happen to me, or for me to make an impressive move right now or take amazing action. I guess it wouldn't be out of the realm of possibility. And once you've crossed that stage, you can think of what it would be like if that were to happen. It's definitely possible. And now you start thinking of the possibilities of the things that you do want to happen, and you completely forgotten about the bad stuff that you were thinking about before, because you can't have a positive and negative at the same time in your mind. Your brain has to pick one. So if you're going to pick one, pick the good, obviously. But what I'm saying is, if you get stuck in a negative thought loop, don't try to stop it by deliberately trying to stop it by saying, oh, I'm not going to think of this negative thought. No, you need to fill your mind with something different. And if you think of a cup, the more water you pour in, the old water, like whatever was in there before, gets diluted out. So in this same way, you're renewing your mind and you're filling it with positive thoughts that, by the way, do create neural connections that spark up quicker and easier and faster and on more recall the more often that you use them. They're highways, right? And so a road that's constantly used is eventually going to be built a road there. And as more traffic gets flooded through there, i.e. through your thoughts and energy, the more your brain thinks, okay, well, we keep thinking about this thing. Let's make this more streamlined. Let's make this highway. Let's make this dirt road into a road, and then make this road into a highway, and then make this highway into something even faster. And then you can just recall in a positive thought to influence your present state, to allow you to perform and have the life that you want to experience in that time and place. It's genius. It's genius the way God has designed our brains and our bodies and life. So use it. God has given you everything you need. So with that, I'll leave you guys. I hope you have a good rest of your night, and I hope to see you in the next video. Peace.